Fresh out the oven.
What is cracking, everybody? It's MegapieMan here, and welcome to Team Fortress 2. Doing something a little bit different for you today, going to be playing the map King of the Hill Traintown. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, what the heck is King of the Hill Traintown? I've never heard of this map. This map is new to me in Team Fortress 2. Well, that's because this map is a map that I am working on. I have currently been working on this map for the past few months. I believe since September is when I started. I've been having What a Geek and Bonsai Basher help me test it, and it's at a point where I'm going to show it off. So let's click continue here and pick ourselves some teams. We'll go blue team. And let's go with this guy. Now, King of the Hill Traintown, it's supposed to take place around a train yard, of course. It is a King of the Hill map, which means that there's a point in the middle and you gotta go cap it, and whoever caps it for, like, 3 minutes ends up winning. This is the most in-depth map that I have worked on for Team Fortress 2 so far. I worked on the King of the Hill map before for Team Fortress 2, but it was very small, and it wasn't that good of a map. This map, I made it bigger, I made it more complex, and I have been kind of beating my head against the wall with some of the issues I've had with this map. But it's definitely at a point now that I want to show it off. It's with an amazing blue spawn room. Now, it is a King of the Hill map, and it is exactly the same on one side as the other, just like most King of the Hill maps are. And the big thing that I wanted to make sure to do with Traintown is I wanted to give people a lot of options of where to go. So, starting off from the blue base here, you can come out the main blue door and you're open to two options right off the bat. You can go outside via there, or if you head upstairs, you have these windows that have been knocked out that you can go onto the roof of this area. You can see that we have a warehouse over here, we have a warehouse over there, a few things in the background, a lot of containers, a weird crane thing that I might end up getting rid of. But I was a little bit interested about how exactly I wanted to set this map up. So I put these containers here, and I was like, well, why does containers go there? So I put that crane there, but the crane doesn't really fit with everything else. This was before I really figured out how to do 3D skyboxes that I set up the basics of this map, so that's why the entire 3D skybox outside of some of those little buildings in the background are completely blocked off. Well, let's keep going here. If you follow the roof route, you can go over to this little bridge thing, and you can go straight into the upper area of this warehouse, this barrel warehouse. You also have a full health that's sitting on top of that. And you can go over here to this, I don't know, just train working area where they pull things out of the train. There's also the lower level here. Not too big of a lower level, but I made sure to keep the ceilings relatively high. Something big for Team Fortress 2 is you definitely have to exaggerate. Well, it's fixed. You have to exaggerate the ceilings for rocket jumpers and sticky jumpers. But this is the beta 2 version of this map. This map is not finished. Keep that in mind. So if you see any errors with it, that is why. And this warehouse is fairly open as well. There are a few ways to go up in this warehouse. You can go up these stairs over here, go around that way. Or you can go up this thing, go up here, and jump across these boxes. You have a few sniper posts sitting up here, got this window, and out that window. But you see that you don't see the point yet. Something that I'm having some issues trying to figure out is exactly how open I want to make the point. If you come out here, you can see over around there, there is your point. And there is this big open area out here on the blue side. Now keep in mind that both the blue and red sides are exactly the same, so the red side looks just like this except with different colors on it. But there's plenty of health, there's plenty of ammo. What a Geek helped me figure out good health and ammo positions. So there's plenty of small health, small ammo, and big health and big ammo put throughout the entire map, so you shouldn't have too many issues trying to get enough health and ammo. Now, for how this map mirrors, it mirrors that side and that side. It's not a, I guess you couldn't say it's not a mirror, it's kind of like this side just dragged over and turned backwards. Because this building over here is different than what you have over here. Over here, you have a few boxes, a few things that people can hide behind, like useful for a spy creeping up, or just anything getting up in here behind some people who are holding this point. The point is relatively open in the middle. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how open I want to make this point. I don't know if I have too much stuff around it or if it's not too open. My big problem is I don't want somebody to be able to randomly stand in a corner and snipe or fire rockets all over the point. So that's kind of how I came up with the idea of covering it as much. I don't know if it's too covered now or not. It just might be. But over in this area, you have this building over here. Let's ignore the fact that we're about to cut the point. Go past these boxes, and you have a few stairs leading up to this area that will lead you to easily get up to this level. This jump can be made by every class. I know I have tested it with all the classes, especially the heavy. So if the heavy can make this jump just by pressing the spacebar once, then any class can make that jump. I wanted to make sure that while you have the jump there, I wanted to make sure that every class could definitely make it, and they definitely can. You can use that to get across here really fast and sneak your way down through this doorway, or you can use it to get up here and try to get away to some health that is over in this building, if that's what you're interested in. There's also health down there. Health? Yeah, health. There's also health down there, as well as some cover for people who are around these tracks. You have the poles, and you have the little metal walls here, so there's plenty of cover. If you go over here, you have yourself a nice health and ammo pickups. You can't go farther in this building than just right here, but you have the pickups that are right there. This is a no buildable area, so you can't just put a sentry here and keep it alive and try to, like, the red team can't come over and put a sentry here and harass the blue team. It's actually a non-buildable point. If you go up here, you have a few more. Let's see, now where did I put that health? I just want to put some health around here. Yeah, there we go. You have an ammo box on top of this train car, right there. Out this doorway, past the giant metal keg, you have this little building that is the same building as the health in. You can actually get on top of this as a scout. There we go. You can get on top of this as a double jumping scout, and apparently also if you rocket jump or Sega jump, you can get your way up here. But I wanted to make sure that since this will be a very viable sniper spot, I wanted to make sure that snipers couldn't just get up here and camp that point. So I don't believe a sniper can up here. You can't actually crouch jump your way up there if you want to try to do something like that. So there isn't any way to get up here unless you rocket jump, or if you're a scout, you can double jump. But a soldier up in this area can definitely pelt that the point with rockets. This is really the most open spot if you're going to try to cover the point as a soldier that you can get from a distance. But it's also, you're completely out in the open. There is no cover on top of this roof. Also, because these are slanted, and I don't like seeing when people put sentry guns up on slanted areas because the sentry gun doesn't slant with itself. This is also a no buildable zone. You cannot build a sentry gun up here. So you can't build a sentry gun up here and use a Wrangler or whatever to try to cover the point. That is not going to happen. I'm sorry. You can't do that. You also cannot build a sentry gun on this slanted spot right there. Or I don't believe you can build it here either. If you go in this little building, you see that there's a few health, a little bit of health, a little bit of ammo out here. Both these buildings have health and ammo. As I said before, they are exactly the same on both sides. You have the blue one, you have the red one. And you have a bit of an opening area right here. Good for firing off rockets, or if you get heavy up here. Very open, so if you come in this area, there's not a lot of cover. You can hide behind this box. You can hide behind these boxes, and you can hide behind these boxes. But you can't actually get on top of any of these boxes. So you can't hide up on top of those. So while you can definitely cover the point a little bit better than you can from the other side because it's not as open, you yourself are left out in the open. So if a heavy comes around here, the heavy is going to be able to do a lot of damage, but it's also going to be open. A heavy on the other side is going to be very constricted to the space it can get at and easy to get behind. Like if you have a heavy walk up here, you can stand here, but there's no ammo around here. There's no health necessarily around here. The only health and ammo are on that side, which is extremely open. If we go down here to the red side is exactly... Ooh, that's a little bit too bright. Definitely need to dull down that. The red side is exactly like the blue side. Same routes you can take from both sides. Someone was telling me that this map might be a little too big for a King of the Hill map, and I don't feel that it's necessarily that much bigger than other King of the Hill maps. It just may have more routes to take than other King of the Hill maps, because you can go on this building, you can take the upper path in here, you can take the upper path over here, you can go on this building, or if you want to, you can just walk right out into this area and then go around this building. So there's plenty of routes, plenty of places for you to dodge and duck away from if you're playing as a scout and you want to quickly move around. You can go up here. Just like on the other side, you have the health and ammo right there. And you have this slanted area you can't build sentry guns on either. You have the ammo in the back of this pickup truck. There's ammo in the back of the pickup truck on the other side. I also made it so that you can't walk through the side of the pickup truck. I don't know why, but the module is actually set up to let you be able to walk through that. I'm not a big fan. I don't like that, because that's something that shouldn't let you move through it. So I made it that you can't go through there. A little bit of background there. Didn't do a bunch of detail on some of the buildings in the background. Excuse me, I got a little bit of heartburn. So some of the buildings that are in the background that you can't get to may look a little bit dull, but I didn't do too much detail with that. My future plans for this map are to work on the displacements a little bit. As you see, that ground down there, the gravel ground, is pretty much flat. I haven't worked on displacements that too much. I've been mostly focused on texturing and trying to optimize this map. This map still needs a little bit more optimization going on, but I think texturing is pretty good. You can also go into this area. This is the red area. You can go all the way in the red area except to these. You can't go in here. There's that opening, and there's these two openings right there. You might... I'm debating on whether or not I should close this entire building off to only the red team or only the blue team, because I don't know if this will be easily spawn campable. That's something that we'll have to test with having actual people in the map. I don't know if it'll be spawn campable for, like, someone to walk in with a heavy and a medic and just sit here and kill everyone over there and kill everyone over there. Then again, someone with a heavy medic inside could come outside and, you know, kill them off. So, I'm not sure. I'd have to wait and get people's feedback on whether it's a good idea to close this entire building off to the opposite team, or whether how it is fine. Because you can kind of... I guess you can kind of just sit here as a sniper and try to snipe some people off, but you're definitely going to get caught relatively quickly if you try to do something of that manner. But that is pretty much it. That is Traintown. There's not too much else to show off, or if anything, also have health and ammo up here if you need it. There's not really anything else to show off since both sides are exactly the same. But let me know what you think about in the comments. This map will be available on tf2maps.net. I'm going to upload it there, and I'm still working on it. It's still a work in progress, so if you see anything wrong with it, if you have any concerns about it, or if there's anything that you think might need fixed up or changed, please do let me know in the comments, and let me know on tf2maps.net on the thread for this map. That will be linked in the description. That is it for Traintown, ladies and gentlemen. That is pretty much everything I can show for this map. Till next time, I'm Megapieman, and I will talk to you guys later.